What's good? So we're gonna start off a little different today. I'm gonna hit y'all with a quick EAGLES Eagles. Guess what, y'all? It's Super Bowl week. Today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in 4 days. 4 days. It's time for the Eagles to complete the mission since the preseason, since the offseason, since they lost to Tampa Bay last year. And we're blessed to have the opportunity to possibly do that. And let's win this game against the Chiefs. As an Eagles fan, I'm not going to sit here and say I feel like we're going to lose this game, but I do feel like we're going to have to come out and play. No half-stepping, no poor play calling, no stupid penalties, just being focused, later focused, being a well-oiled machine on offense and defense. This Kansas City team can be beat. And I'm wearing the hat of the team that's going to do it. We just got to go out there and prove it on the field. That's all it's going to take. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep it short this week as far as the introduction. We're going to give it time so that we can get into the meat and potatoes of what we know is going to happen this week in the Super Bowl. So let's get started. As always, I'm joined by one of my co-hosts, Mr. Wyatt. What's going on, Wyatt?
Yes, sir. It's Super Bowl week. Cannot wait to talk about the Eagles in this game. A lot to talk about here. It's the longest week ever, so I'm excited to get into it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And also, we've got the Eagles diva herself.
What's going on, Bird Gang Nation? It's Super Bowl week, and guess who in it? The Eagles. Let's go.
And I want to say I love the It's a Philly Thing hat. I love the Hurt Season hat. I know y'all was coming with something different. So I was going to throw on the Kelly Green, but I decided to just go with the black and gray because it's the war. It's the war hat. You know what I'm saying? And then, ladies and gentlemen, special treat for y'all tonight. The big homie AC from the West Coast. Eagles fan extraordinaire, Anthony Cobb. That's the bird call. All right, guys.
Bird gang.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, guys, we're going to hit this intro for you real quick. We're going to come back, and we're going to hit you with that Eagles heat. So, be ready.
The kick is away, and the kick is, it's good! And the Eagles win!
It's hard to come to South Philadelphia and leave here with the win. We just don't come to Philadelphia and leave here with the win.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
All right, now first comment of the day from Scrub Zero. What's up, Scrub? Appreciate you checking us out today, man. And I said this earlier, but I just want to reiterate: the Philadelphia Eagles are in the Super Bowl.
No.
The kid, you dig that
Straight up, like I feel like it just hasn't sunk in yet. Like I still remember, like, damn, I can't believe this team is in the Super Bowl. It's been such a long season. This is the longest week ever. I cannot wait till game day.
100%, man. 1,000%, 1,000,000,000,000%. All season, man. There's something I've been saying all season, right? And it's proven to be true by what's happening this week.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
And I can't speak for anybody else, but we definitely cream at the top right now. Of course, along with the Kansas City Chiefs. But we should be rising over that cream come this Sunday. So a couple
Did
more
you
comments.
say cream?
Did
you say cream?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh,
See.
mean cream always rises to the top. No pukesters to the left. No cowboys to the right. All by myself.
To the top. We got
Green,
Z. with the Fly Eagles Fly.
What up,
But
Zeeves?
let's go.
Good.
And then also Philly.
Philly.
Good,
What's up, Philly? Appreciate you guys stopping by to check us out as well. So, Wyatt, we'll start with our normal.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us about any injuries that may be hanging around this
Injuries.
week.
We thought we were going to have at least one here going in the week because last week we were hearing about Avonte Maddox in a walking boot at practice and everything. But as of today, everybody on that 53-man roster was practicing. Avonte Maddox was out there included. So it's looking like the full Eagles roster is going into the Super Bowl completely healthy at this point. You know, it's hard to do in a 17-game season and then going through the playoffs to be this healthy. Now it just comes down to execution out there on the field.
Yep, and just to throw in there for the other side, they did have to put McCole Hardman on IR, and they activated Clyde Edwards-Helaire, which is going to give them a third back, kind of in the vein of like a Boston Scott, the kind of stocky but short dude. So, at least wanted to be fair and throw that out there about the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
So
they ain't gonna run the football. They ain't not gonna run the football. Why you need 3 running backs?
So we with that. AC, we're gonna roll over to the main thing we're gonna talk about today. The Super Bowl is upon us. So, AC, since you're saying that, what makes you feel like the Kansas City Chiefs are not gonna run the ball?
Because they have not shown us that that's their game. They want Patrick Mahomes to throw that thing all over the yard like it's something to do. You're gonna have to have a balanced attack, man. Did you see what happened to the Niners quarterbacks? I feel bad.
Right.
Get that man. Go get that man killed back there, man. He got one ankle left. I mean, y'all remember that song that Cannabis put out when Mike Tyson did the intro? He says, "Cannabis, man, I just want you to eat MCs, man." If the Chiefs don't run the football 20 times, at least 20 times, it's going to be like the Bucs did the Chiefs a couple years back.
Oh, wow.
So,
I can see it.
Eagles
Diva, why don't you hop in and talk to us?
They don't have no choice but to run it because Patrick Mahomes is not 100%. So they ain't really have no choice. But all I know is I went on Twitter and I told Hassan, you better give Patty that Brock treatment. Let's go. You hear me? So Patty better be scared. He better get that ankle on go so he can run. Because if not, we coming. And we coming. You better get Pacheco ready. We finna shut him down too, like we did Dallas, like we did Giants, like we did whoever else we didn't play. Shut him down. Let's go.
Shut it down.
Facts. Why? What we got, man?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really in their MO to be like heavily involved in the run game. I mean, you see it kind of going down towards the red zone. If they were smart, they would, though. The name of the game is the way you could beat the Eagles is try to control that time of possession, which a lot of teams really struggle with, especially with this defense we have. And that's exactly what the Eagles need to do to win the game as well, is control the time of possession, use that run game, utilize it real early. And I mean, just like everyone was saying, it could be a repeat of that Super Bowl they had a couple years ago against them Bucks, man. It could get ugly. I mean, it depends on how that line holds up for Kansas City and how healthy Pat Mahomes is. They're saying he's really good. He's in a good spot, but I mean, who knows? That could be just gamesmanship. Who knows what he really looks like until he steps out on that field against this, this defensive line that's just trying to eat.
Whoa. Say it. Eat. MC.
Andy Reid said today that Patty is not 100%. So I don't know what Patrick Mahomes is talking about, but Andy Reid said he's not 100%. So.
Yeah.
So I love Brian's comment here talking about how there were some Eagles that were coached by Andy Reid. But I do believe it's going to be a bad center to be a Chief as well. Should be a good game. But, I mean, on paper, I'd agree, but we still got to get out there and show it. And then Zeeves as well with his comments about the line dominating. Hey, 5 away from the all-time record. I said we're going to get it. I said we're going to get it on Sunday. And I said we're going to get it early. That's what I say. Now, For me, I feel like the Chiefs are not going to run the ball because of their coach. So let me explain something to everybody. You may or may not know this, but there was a time in the past during a long Super Bowl drought, because we didn't win one, where we had Andy Reid as our coach. Time management, inability to make adaptable changes during the game cost us opportunities, right? So for that, I held a grudge towards Andy Reid because you had a chance to give us a Super Bowl before Doug Peterson, and you didn't because of what you didn't fix about yourself. You don't make it to 4 NFC championship games, you only go to 1 Super Bowl, right? You gotta give us more. You gotta be better. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's the same Andy Reid, better quarterback. What's going on, Philly Eats? Thanks for hopping in, Brian. Thanks for hopping in. And then Philly. So also for me, I feel like there's going to be a time in this game where there's going to be an errant throw because of that pressure from Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to see number 23 or number 2 or number 24 just snag that joint and take it to the house like they treat daddy.
Yeah, I saw the stats, like Pat Mahomes' Super Bowl stats the last couple of times he was in there, and he has multiple picks in both those games.
He's got 2 picks.
And
he only had 2 touchdowns in the first Super Bowl, no touchdowns in the second Super Bowl, 286 yards the first time, 270, an average of 6.8 the first, 5.5 the second. And he threw 42 times and only completed 26 times the first time, 26 times the last time, and 49 throws.
Yeah, and he was sacked like 4 times in one game and like 5 in the other. So, I mean, he can be had, especially with that line they have. And the way this defense has been playing, he's going to be in for a long day. He's going to have to throw, but because of that pressure, like you're saying, he's going to make some mistakes. And that's how we've been beating teams all season, is getting that pressure, make some mistakes, and then we capitalize on that. This isn't last year when we played the Chiefs. We have an offense that when we get that ball back, we're capable of scoring every single time. And that's the way you can beat the Chiefs. Get up on them and keep that foot on the gas. That way they have no pressure. They have no way to come back from that. And then game over.
I hear you, Philly. I hear you, Philly. AC, man, what you think, man?
I'm concerned about Travis Kelce.
You should.
I don't want him to have a day, and I'm more likely inclined to if we win the coin toss, I want the ball because I want to punch them in the mouth. I don't want to come from behind. I don't want to see what their game. I want to hit them in the mouth like we hit the Niners in the mouth. I want to come out throwing slants and then run the football. See what they're going to do. Put somebody on Chris Jones, chip him, make sure he don't have a good day. And when it's time for our defense to come on the field, don't play no prevent. They ain't got but 1.5 receivers. They got Juju Smith and a bunch of dudes you never heard of. Dude with 3 names. Was it Marquez, Valdez,
Scantlin.
Amon Ross saying Scantlin.
Whatever his name is, whatever he is, whatever.
The dude with the 3 names. They got Juju Smith-Schuster.
And he's a fumbler.
Valdez Scantlin. Stephen A. Smith Johnson. The no-name receiving core, and Travis Kelce. So I'm confident that he does not have that Tyreek Hill dude he can just throw dig routes to like he did versus the Buccaneers in desperation to try to make something happen. It still didn't even work. I'm a Juju's fan. He's from the local high school I went to, Long Beach Poly. But Juju, I'm happy you made it, my bro. You get your AFC Championship ring, but the Super Bowl ring come back to Philly, bro. I think we have the running game, the passing game, and the quarterback you don't account for. Jalen Hurts, man, that Joker, man, he is ahead of schedule by 2 years. I think he is way more mature than we give him credit for. Nobody saw this year. Maybe next year or the following year, but by that time, it's time to pay him. We are way ahead of schedule. So I think we're going to be good for a minute. Shout out to Howie Roseman for putting together a squad that looks like we are cheating. We got dudes everywhere. I mean, we got 3D lines. I'm feeling real comfy about stopping the run. If my third D tackle is Ndamukong Suh, we doing real good. So we Brandon Graham is ready. We still got Fletcher Cox from the previous Super Bowl run. We looking real good, but like you said, be cool. We can't be complacent and think it's gonna be easy. We're gonna have to smack them in the mouth the same way we smacked the Niners in the mouth. Hey, if dudes get hurt, they get hurt. It's a physical sport, and I like Patrick Mahomes. I like him, but he's in danger this game because he ain't got nobody to throw the ball to in 2.5 seconds.
Oh, don't forget he do got Kadarius Toney that watched out of the Giants.
Get my Snoop Dogg meme. Who?
Yeah, I think the Eagles definitely respect the Chiefs, but they certainly do not fear them. I think we are definitely able to go into this game and punch them in the mouth early. This is this is the biggest game and biggest test who we've been ragging on all season, Jonathan Gannon. You got to come out here with a solid game plan. And like you said, the two biggest players you have to watch out for is Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Those are the only players I'm really worried about in this matchup. I don't know if you have to have someone shadow Travis Kelce, maybe put CJGJ, or I don't know, maybe have Reed Blankenship because he's a hard hitter out there. But you got to do something to prevent him.
Give help over the top and underneath. And I'm not really worried about Travis because, I know Jason probably love his brother, but I'm sure he's dropping a little gems about how his brother plays. So,
I'm sure Travis is trying to do the same thing as well.
But the thing is, Travis is the wide receiver. Jason ain't. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, yeah. But, honestly, if you give help over the top and underneath, we watched the Philadelphia Eagles shut down Justin from Minnesota. We shut him down. He got what? He got nothing.
Yeah.
So, we've shut down a lot of wide receivers. We shut down CB Lamb the first game we played him. We shut down Pollard. So we can shut him down. It ain't no doubt that the Eagles cannot shut a lot of these players, the few players that they do have. And let's talk about their rookie cornerbacks. And we hope that Devontae and AJ have a field day with them. You hear me?
Yeah. So I wanted to touch on Zeke's comment right here about the option plays that Mahomes and his running backs do in the red zone. So I do agree with that. And hopefully, Jonathan Gannon, I hope you're listening to me right now. This is how you fix that. Hit every gap. So when they try it, there's no hole for either one of them. Mm-hmm. Fill the gaps. When you get down in the red zone, fill the gaps. Obviously, you want to cover receivers, but fill the gaps. You got big JD in the middle there. Put Sue in there with him. Fill the gaps. Don't give him places to go with the options. That is a very key thing, I think, for that.
And don't play too far off the receivers.
Lord.
Exactly, yeah. Lord. Yeah. Well, I was going to say is, how the Chiefs are. They're going to get real cute and try to do something, something fancy at some point.
I hope they do the ring around the rosy huddle. I hope they do.
But we've seen it over the past, not only just the past couple of games, but all season long, how fast, the linebackers and some of these safeties can come in and blow up some of those plays at certain spots. And I can definitely see that happening with some of these fancier plays that they try to do on the Chiefs side. Because I feel like that's what they're going to have to try to resort to at certain points if they're not getting anything going,
Right.
Well, the reason why you don't run the option in the pros, because they're professionals. Assignment football. Whoever has the quarterback, hit the quarterback. Whoever has the running back, stay with the running back. Don't go for no fakes, no hidden ball drills, and please combo coverage Kelce in the red zone. He's getting the ball.
Please.
Don't waste Darius Slay on a guy with four names. Put Darius Slay in the slot so we have outside leverage on Kelce for the out route, and throw number 23. I keep forgetting his name. He has a bunch of letters for his name. Put him in the
CJGJ
right there in the hash. Yeah, CJBJ, whatever his name is. Bracket Kelce. Brackets.
Yeah.
In and out. He's getting the ball. He's not breaking records for no reason. He's getting the ball.
Yeah, that's suspect number one when it comes to the red zone.
Right, it's all true
He's
statements.
Getting the ball.
He's definitely all true statements.
We still got Bradbury too. Bradbury be out. We got depth, yo. Y'all better be scared.
Yeah, I think the secondary got it covered. As far as, I mean, the only one you really need to worry about is Travis Kelce for the most part. I feel like everybody else can cover as long as they're not playing 10 yards back off the line. You need to play man to man. I feel like if you could do that, I mean, I feel like the offense got it covered. I mean, we'll talk about the offense, but I'm more worried about the defense than the offense when it comes to this game.
Yeah, that makes sense. Philly eats. So Tony is hurt, but according to Andy Reid, he's going to play. I don't know if he'll be on a snap count, due to injury, but he's going to at least go out there and give it a try. Him and
I mean, you have to. It's a Super Bowl. You don't have another game after this.
Right?
Like, you questionable, and you can go. Why not go? Like,
hey,
I feel like if it's in the
big
middle
AC
of the
Philly eats, the rest of us can't get by with that, but it's big AC. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, like, I feel like if this was still in the middle of the season, Maddox wouldn't be playing. I feel like this dude he's gonna need some surgery or something on his foot or whatever is causing the issue. But I mean, because he's still in a walking boot last week for precaution, he's still playing this week. But if it was in the middle of the season, he's probably not on. He could be on IR. Who knows?
Yeah, man, Lane, probably.
And
Lane
definitely Lane.
Yeah. Put some tussum on it. Put some tussum on it and some tape, and let's go.
Give him a cortisone shot.
Rub on there and let's go.
Some tussum, a little vapor rub in that sock wrapped around the toe.
Even like a 60-70% of Vontae Maddox makes his defense way better.
Vontae
being out there with it. Yeah. I don't care, man. Suit up Brian Dawkins. I don't care. Let's go.
Right.
Hey, the
I bet
49ers
he still
was
got
about
it
to have
too.
to bring Steve Young back the other week.
Hey, Christian McCaffrey talking about something. He hate both teams. Yeah, we both lose.
Not even him, bro. Everybody in the 49ers and their fan base still chirping. Oh my God. They crying so much.
They still cry about that one Devontae Smith catch.
Yeah.
Throw a red flag if you feel froggy, throw the red flag.
Well, they couldn't because we hurried up. We got to the line. They couldn't. That's why Devontae was like, hurry up.
I just want to say to Christian McCaffrey, you still whining about not having another quarterback. Let me educate you, my Caucasian brother. They did add another roster spot. They just didn't designate it had to be a quarterback. So your team, in their arrogance, and you had a little bit before the game as well, decided not to carry a third quarterback, knowing your history, and instead you'll play from another position. So instead of 55, you had 56 people. So you decided not to use that third spot on a third quarterback. But now you want to cry about it afterwards. Thing is, it's the same thing I said to my co-host Friday. Lose with grace. You were arrogant coming into it. You thought you had it won, but guess what happened? You got smacked in the face, and when you ain't doing the smacking, but you don't want to get smacked, it's a little bit different situation.
Yeah.
Did you really expect the third QB to do that much better than Josh Johnson? He got knocked out damn near. Like, a third QB wasn't going to save you in this game.
Nah.
I wish there was a camera. I wish there was a camera on Kaepernick watching the game. I wish there was just to kind of see his face.
I bet he would sit back there like.
Well, y'all know
looking like Jimmy G on the sideline.
Jimmy G was laughing the whole time.
Jimmy G was laughing.
Jimmy G was having a great time.
Jimmy G. Everybody watched Jimmy G. What's the first guy named? Love. What was that first quarterback?
Trey Lance was hobbling over there.
Lance.
Oh, that was happy.
Yeah,
Trey Lance, I'm glad I am in this game.
Jeff Garcia laughing.
Jeff Garcia, Lord have mercy.
He said,
Steve Young in the parking lot trying to warm his arm up.
Jerry Rice is out there too, like, dang, I got to get in.
And do you see Jerry Rice pregame with them rings?
This dude.
Like, hey.
I don't get it with this talking cash money before the game, right? They be talking cash money like you just know you got it. And then you get in the game.
Have you heard Brandon Ayuk talking trash?
Yeah, talking about some of the Chiefs going to expose our defense. Okay.
No,
you did get it right back.
Just like you did?
GJ told him to pick his face mask out the dirt, or whatever he said. Or was that Julian Love? I forget which one.
That was Julian Love.
Man,
we knocked y'all's quarterback out in the first play. So I can't go, coach. I can't throw, coach. I can't do it.
Yeah. You know what that's called? It's called tapping out. When your number one was Fred Warner tapped out first hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tapped out.
I said that's called a stinger.
Hey,
he ain't
and
hurt.
Bosa,
and Bosa was hurt.
He went up there looking like the Bosa before. He thought he was going to get
his leg was toe up. His leg got tore up on a play,
Mhm.
and it was
Hey,
bleeding
he
like I don't know what.
He tried to wrap up QB1 and take him down the end zone. You ain't ready for the deadlift strength the QB1 guy. He got about the end zone player.
Sure
Mhm.
You ain't playing. And the thing is, this is what I want 49ers fans to understand. All jokes aside, don't matter who your quarterback was, they were not going to change what happened to your defense.
Yeah.
If you want to argue that you would have put up a few more points with Purdy, okay, but you still wouldn't have won the game. That's what's important.
Yeah.
You
Purdy
don't
wasn't
count
putting up that much points.
The offense torched the defense. Like y'all was out there looking like some third graders out there.
Ty, what's going on, man?
The RPO, man. The RPO has changed the game with the Jalen Hurts threat to run the football.
Yeah.
How in the world with the All-Pro offensive line, the RPO is almost like Tecmo Bowl with Bo Jackson. You're going to get 5 yards a pop because you have to honor that A and B gap, because if you don't, that's 7 yards. And when you honor that gap, you run the risk of your defensive end being compromised. Jalen Hurts pulling that ball. So Jalen Hurts squatting 600 pounds. He keeps the football. I mean, shoot. He's only 20. How old is Jalen Hurts? 24? 25?
Yeah.
I think he just turned 24.
Yeah.
Oh my God. When you're that age, man, you can, I mean, shoot. that ain't fair, man. When I was 24, bro, I'm walking through electric circuits. I'm invincible at 24, bro. You don't get hurt till you're 25.
You know what I'm saying? Running through barbed wire fences and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I promise you, man. I turned 25. I tore my shoulder up in camp. I was playing for the New Orleans Saints. I turned 25. I'm feeling good. Went up for an interception and fell on my shoulder. My shoulder was on my waist. It was so my shoulder hurt so bad, and it reminded me that 25 is the year you start getting hurt. So be good. Jalen Hurts 24. We good.
Still got one good year left, huh?
Big facts. And man, I mean, it's just the big thing I feel like is going to be how we attack what they give us, right? How we sit back and just kind of look and say, all right, what are they giving us? And obviously they're going to try to change that up. But what you're giving us is what we're going to take. If you're giving us the short ball, we'll take the 3-5 yard dip and dunks. You know, but if you let AJ Brown, you let Devontae Smith, you let Goddard get open, you play off a little bit, let Goddard get one of them little screen passes and get moving down the field, we're going to be ready for those too. And obviously you're going to do some of those same things with Kelsey. And realistically speaking, as an Eagles fan, you know, Kelsey's going to get some numbers. We just don't want him to be the big chunk plays. Right?
I say let Juju beat us. Let Juju catch 15 balls for 87 yards.
Juju ain't gonna without fumble. That dude gonna fumble with his fumble itself.
That is very true. Hey man, and the turnovers is important as well. There's a lot of like mini games within the game. Our defensive line against their offensive line. If Philly can really go out and block what they need to, keep Jalen in a relatively clean pocket. I mean, it's the NFL. You're gonna get hit sometime, but relatively clean pocket. Give him an opportunity to make the throws that's there. Give him an opportunity to let some of those guys get downfield and make some plays. This could be a very interesting game. You know, we'll utilize the screen game on them some as well. If we can place that screen at the right time when they come in with pressure from that side, oh my gosh. Don't matter which guy catches it, as long as it's not Watkins. Because when Watkins touches the ball, I get scared. Because he's out there playing like Juju dropping the ball. Yeah. So as long as it's not him, I'm good. And I ain't got nothing but love for Quez Watkins, but I need you catching balls in the end zone, player.
Well, I need you
or running out of bounds.
Because
I need you to catch the ball. It is on run out of bounds. I don't see you other catches. I'm a little shaky with you.
You need to get some strength. Is he weak?
Yeah. Be like the first half of the season where like every game you had a screen to Dallas Goedert that went like 20 yards or like going into the end zone. Like Dallas Goedert, man, his yak is ridiculous.
I mean, he's just as big as Travis, honestly. So
yeah,
why about Dallas?
We're 30 minutes into the show, and guess who we hadn't even mentioned yet? We ain't even talked about the running game.
No, we ain't talking about 3 running backs. The 3-headed monster.
Talked about that yet? Eagles DB, take it away.
Well, y'all know that's my area, the running game.
Yes,
so,
it is.
You know what we need to do? We need to put Miles in. When Miles can't get it, you go to Boston. Boston can't get it, you go to Kenneth Gainwell. Let's get it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Always, the run game opens up the field, y'all. So please use your run game extensively. Run it down their throats because they don't got no answer for all three of our running backs, y'all. Like, they don't. They have no answer for all three running backs that Philadelphia Eagles have because they all styles are different and they all run different and they can all run and get a touchdown. So all you got to do is use that run game, pass a little bit, run it some more, pass a little bit. Look, we in there. That's all you got to do. Let's get it.
Hey, I mean, I just say run. You know, when the run game ain't working, run the ball with Jalen Hurts a couple of times. Run the ball again with the running backs when it ain't working. Hit them with a nice play action down the field to Brown or Devontae Smith. Or if Goddard gets in the seam, hit him nicely. Back to running the ball. I think every drive should have a scripted 5 to 10 running plays that are going to happen no matter what. I don't care if it's 3rd and 5 and we run for 2 yards. Run the ball.
Run it.
Make them feel like they got to come up and protect us against the run. And when they do, eat like you is a famished Ethiopian. They had no food in 3 weeks, and there's a buffet in front of you.
Yes.
You know what I want to see, man? I want to see quarterback sneak formation. First play of the game. Disrespectful. Quarterback sneak, first play. Next play, quarterback sneak formation. Play action, deep ball. Let's go, man. Let's have some fun.
I can see it now.
Run it down the road. Run it down their throat.
Y'all think we're going to do the Philly special?
Nah, I don't think so.
I hope not.
Not necessary.
Nah. I think you can have a very similar game you had against the 49ers. As much as they ran the ball, I mean, they tried a lot of different deep shots in that game as well. But due to the circumstances, I mean, it was poor weather, it was raining that day and everything. I feel like you could definitely take advantage of that against this defense as opposed to that 49ers defense. I think you could and I mean, Jalen Hurts needs to make those throws too. He was kind of a little off on some of those throws in that 49ers game. So as long as he's making those throws, you can have those big, huge, like play action passes like to AJ Brown. But when it comes to the run game, they could do a very similar thing. Use Kenneth Gainwell. I think Kenny Gainwell is going to have a big game in this one as well. He's been having a great postseason here. Use him like kind of in the middle of the field, and then once you get kind of towards that red zone, put Miles in there, and he's going to find that hole and get into the end zone. I mean, you just need to follow that simple formula, like what you were doing against them 49ers, because this Chiefs team, as stacked as they are and how dominant they can be on offense, that defense is not the 49ers. You can take advantage of that defense if you want to. You have the weapons to do it any which way.
Definitely.
They did do a good job versus the Bengals. I will give them that on their defensive secondary scheme. Kind of kept those guys in check, but you saw the seams are open. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins were able to get up the seam, and Jalen Hurts throws a nice seam ball. But I do believe the long, deep crossing route's going to be there as well. And coming out, like you said, versus the Niners, throw the slants. They're going to be there. Those cornerbacks ain't going to play no real press. Throw the slants, and if they come and take it away, run the football.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy. If they do
AJ
this,
Brown's been great at those slant routes, getting like 10, 12 yards off of them easily.
Easy.
Yeah, he's got that. He's physical. You know what I'm saying? Like Smith, if you can get him in one, you know he'll get you some yards. But once he gets hit, he's down.
Yeah,
AJ takes 2 or 3 hits before you take him down most of the time.
Yeah,
So
Devontae gonna have like two great sideline catches during this game. Watch, he gonna have a couple great catches in this one.
Absolutely. So, guys, what do you think, guys and Gant? What do you think that you can see the Chiefs' game plan being to try to stop the Eagles' offense?
They probably gonna try to stop the pass and the run. That's what they probably gonna try to do is try to stop the run and probably try to stop the pass and try to collapse the pocket. But with that front O-line, I don't see that happening. I don't see the pocket collapsing. So good luck.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna do what every other team. Okay, man. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say they're going to try to do what every team's been trying to do, and that's blitz the hell out of Jalen Hurts. And I mean, normally he makes them pay either with his legs or finding that man that's open. Because usually when they're blitzing, that takes another guy out of that secondary for him. So I think Jalen's going to find a way to take advantage of that. I mean, you can say the same thing similar with Pat Mahomes, but I think we're going to be getting home a lot more than they are as far as like on the defensive side.
Yeah, you got to pick your poison. Steve Spagnuolo, I had the pleasure of playing for him in NFL Europe. He's a very aggressive play caller. And in championship games, he tends to change up a little bit, trying to be a little bit more exotic. But I don't think you can account for a quarterback. Most defenses don't account for the quarterback. If you don't have a special rover or a DB that can play the run and the pass, you're going to be out one man. It's going to be 11 versus 10 every time. So they have to make a decision. Stop the run or stop the pass. If we run the football, they know it's already over. So they have to go ahead and try to stop that first and foremost. Make Jalen Hurts make the hard throws. Take away the slant, make him throw the deep ball, because that's our only weakness, is being consistent on the deep ball. But I think he missed A.J. Brown so bad last game that he's going to make that throw this time. Watch him old Michael Vick videos, throwing it to Deshaun Jackson, put some air on that thing, let him go get it. I mean, it's an easy fix. It ain't the easiest ball to complete, but if you missed it, I'm pretty sure this time he's not going to miss it. So I know that they have to take away the run if they have any chance at all. Because if we run the football and score 4 rushing touchdowns, that means we win the football game 42-17. But if they stop the run and we have to throw it, they have a chance. This is the Chiefs I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with this. Time for Brown and Smith the ball.
Yeah,
Well,
I think they're going to try to.
Love that.
Oh, go ahead, Diva.
The good thing about it is Jalen Hurts has become really, really good at reading the defense. So I think that also gives us advantage because he's become really good at reading that D and setting up and automating the plays. So we'll see.
Yeah, as much as we talk about wanting them to run the ball, I could see Sirianni and them wanting to kind of, I wouldn't say go pass happy, but try to open up with passes a little bit more, just because they haven't been as present over these past 2 postseason games. So the Chiefs didn't really have a lot to look for as far as what we were doing in the past game in the postseason. Maybe they can open that up and get creative with it, since we haven't really had to use a lot of that playbook as far as the passing game.
Yeah, definitely. And like Ed said, Brown and Smith, it's time for them to ball. We need to see a lot from them. We got a lot of people consider 2 number ones, so let's use them. Philly says, please run the ball. She also says, wait, who's the guest? You were a little late, Philly. That's the big homie AC from the West Coast. Eagles fan extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying?
West. my family's from North. My family's from North Philly. That's the connection.
Okay.
I'm born in Connecticut. My dad's from North Philly. My dad's a playground legend in North Philly. His name's on the wall.
Okay.
I spent my summers in North Philly playing hoops at the park and at the schoolyard getting dunked on. So I'm certified, man.
And I can identify with playing with the old heads and get dunked on. I was doing that when I was like 7.
He said,
ain't no foul calls neither.
Nope.
And ain't no pity because you little.
Nope.
No, you better shoot it and shut up.
Knees and elbows to the face every day.
That's part of the game.
No games. Yes, sir. But yeah, man. So a question I have for everybody. MVP. Who's your MVP for the game?
Dang, I don't know.
I think it's going to be Jalen Hurts, man. I think it's going to be Hurts season. I think he's going to continue doing what he has been doing, especially if they open up that pass game a little bit more. And we were talking about that deep throw to Brown. I think that the way that Jalen Hurts that is something that him and AJ are going to be working on through these past 2 weeks to get it perfected. That way they know it's a lock as soon as that play comes up. So I mean, as long as they're like doing that, and I mean, he's going to open it up with the run game as well. I'm sure he's going to have some nice runs in there. As long as his offense is just putting up points pretty much every single drive, I mean, I think Jalen's easily going to get that MVP.
I mean, I can't argue with it, Jalen. I mean, I can't argue with that.
Scrub Zero says Hassan Reddick or Jalen Hurts. Philly says Hurts.
You can see Hassan Reddick, having a big game.
Oh, yeah, he said he was ready. He said he ain't finished.
Who you got, Big AC?
I mean, if it ain't Jalen Hurts, it's Miles Sanders. Because
okay,
depends on what they try to take away. Like I said, They have to try to stop the run. If they don't, they're foolish. But we've seen Andy Reid smoke off a game before. So it's very possible they try to get tricky and try something funky. And if that happens, Miles Sanders scores 3 tubs, he's the MVP. However, if we have a balanced attack and there's no outright Super Bowl obvious choice, it has to go to the man who was benched by Nick Saban, forced to transfer, become an NFL prospect, and 2 years removed, he's in the Super Bowl. I think it's a better story. He could almost be the next face of the league. Well-spoken, already has commercials, good looking, dad's a coach. It's set up for him to say, Mom, I'm going to Disneyland.
Absolutely. Hey, so Zib says Jalen in the game well. Robert Hill says Hurts 23 of 31, 3 touchdowns, 9 rushes for 55 yards and 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
That's a lot of touchdowns.
Hey, you got 5 touchdowns in the game. Hey, I'll take it.
I'm gonna go different from all y'all. I'm going with a wide receiver, and I ain't going with AJ Brown because they're gonna do everything they can to stop AJ Brown. I'm going with Smitty.
Oh,
think about
Heisman
this story
winner
for you
and
for a
Super
minute.
Bowl MVP.
Exactly. Heisman winner, national championship, Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl win, right?
How does a wide receiver get Super Bowl MVP without the quarterback? Does he return kicks?
No, think about this. I don't think Hurts is going to throw for like 3+. I think we're going to see Hurts be around 200, 225. I think we're going to see him get some running yards as well, but I think we're going to see a super balanced attack. But I think we're going to have Devontae make a couple of big plays on some of those big throws down the field because, again, I believe they're going to do everything they can to not let A.J. Brown do what he does. Now, I also want to say earlier, Eagles Diva was saying how she went and told Hassan Reddick to get ready. So I told 1K always open, and if you follow him, you know who I'm talking about. That's the emoji I put on there. 1K always open. Sunday. That's the emoji I gave him. You know what I'm saying? I went on Hurts' page. I said, brother, it's you. Show him who we are. Philadelphia all day. And I also went back to 1K and said, hey, man, you love Philly. You love the environment. You want to get love forever? Help us win this game.
Statue.
Yep. And I told Goddard, I say, Dallas, you the only Dallas is in the Super Bowl. Rep for Dallas because they need it. Because ain't none of them going to ever get there.
Never.
So
that'd be nuts though for AJ, man. I mean, first season in Philly and he breaks the franchise receiving record, and then he goes and helps win the Super Bowl. That'd be a great story, especially if he somehow end up getting MVP. But that'd be wild, man.
Now it could flip. It also could end up being AJ that gets the big plays and makes it. But I envision seeing Devontae just be in that sweet spot because you got to pay a lot of attention to AJ. You can't leave Dallas Goedert open with what he's doing. So somebody's got to get, the opportunity. And we already seen if you give somebody the opportunities, he's gonna make the plays. So I feel like this is a tailor-made game for him to slide in, get the MVP over everybody, and make it happen. If it's on defense, there's only 2 names I see: Hassan Reddick or CJ freaking GJ.
Brandon
CJ gonna get a pick. It's been too long.
I like that pick, AC. I like that pick. I'll tell you why I didn't make it. I think my man, he's still good, but I think he's slowing down a little bit. I saw a play on Purdy where he couldn't quite get there. He ruffled it, but he couldn't quite get there.
Man, that would be BG though. It seems like during these games, not in the playoffs, but like through the season, it seems like he usually comes up with one of those big plays towards the back half of these games. Man, if he's able to get another strip sack towards the end of this game, ooh, that's a career moment.
Does Patrick Mahomes finish the game?
He gonna be running for his life. He's gonna be testing that ankle.
Philly says game will hurts.
He's gonna tap out like Corey Dillon when he played for the Bengals.
Stop
against the Ravens. Went to the sideline, man. Them dudes out there, they're crazy out there, man. I ain't going back out there, man.
You go back out there, coach. I can't do it, coach.
And then he ended up in New England.
They're trying to hurt your boy. Yeah. They're trying to hurt your boy.
I know they better go after Patty. Period.
Scrub Zero makes a good point. BG is good for that one key play in a big game. Robert Hill,
I
chief
know
secondary is suspect. And the thing is true, 100% true, real as you can get. That secondary is going to give up some plays, right? They're going to give up some plays. That's a young secondary. They've got some veterans back there, but they're going to give up some plays. And if we can take advantage of those, which I do believe we will, because I think Hurts is going to be on this game. If you got to shoot up the shoulder before the game, you know what I'm saying? Throw a little salve up there, vapor rub, whatever. You know, just get through the game. I'm excited, man. I think that this is going to be.
He's 24.
He good. That's right. I forgot the rule. My bad, Big AC. He's 24.
He's 24. He's lying.
Hey, Zeebs, we appreciate you hopping on, man. Appreciate you watching. And we want that trophy back in Philadelphia for sure. Appreciate that, Zeebs. Definitely, man. But hey, man, this is the week. I mean, we about halfway through the fourth quarter. I'm like, okay, this game is locked up. Because I'm always like, we winning, we got a little bit of lead, but let's just see. Because our number one Gannon in that soft defense, that soft zone, I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
But once we got to about halfway through the fourth, I'm like, all right, we got this game. So I started thinking about the Super Bowl. I'm like, bro, we got 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I was like, but everything in me is saying I got that same feeling I had in 2017. I'm not like, oh yeah, we definitely gonna win, but I'm like, I really believe we got a great chance to win. I don't believe in a championship game here.
I have to admit something, guys. I was afraid of the Bengals. I was more afraid of Joe Burrow and Chase and T. Higgins than I am of the Chiefs, because something about Joe Burrow, man, he got a different type of swag, and it scares me.
Well, see, here's the thing with that, AC. I thought about that, but here's the thing with that. You are 100% right in him and the wide receivers. But that line, that offensive line, with our defensive line, unless Joe Burrow going to throw from his back,
he wouldn't have
like Mahomes was trying to do a couple of years ago,
he wouldn't have made it.
I just don't see it with that line. Now, I will acquiesce to you if they do improve that line for him, where he can get some protection. He's going to be a dangerous man. But we talking about Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And then we got Scrub saying, much as it pains him, he got Philly winning on Sunday.
Yeah, I feel good, man. I feel good about it. I feel like I feel better about this game than I did in 2017. Even though it felt like something special, we're going into this game with a better defense than we had, a better offense than we had, and we're in our starting quarterback. And against a team I think we can definitely take advantage of at certain spots. I feel great going into this game. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm not nervous at all. I'm like, we got this.
After you read
bring the second one home.
After you read the injury report that we fully healthy, I'm good. I'm about to go get fitted for a ring and a jersey.
Hey, and I just want all the doubters, all the people that doubted my QB1 all year, this is what he got to say to y'all.
Acknowledge me.
Straight up.
Oh.
And Kansas City. I understand. Got a lot of love for y'all. Respect your coach to a certain level. Our current head coach is from the tree a little bit and all that. But when we walk on that field, about 5 o'clock, game starts 6:30, about 5 o'clock, we walk on the field, look over at y'all. There's only gonna be one thing we thinking.
Just bring it, bitch!
Basically.
Straight up.
And I want y'all to understand this
please
is a dog fight.
Please pull up the Ultimate Warrior soundbite when he was really coked up, and it was him and Hogan, and it was just super coked up. The superpowers come together, and all the powers of the universe come together in one place.
I know the way you talk about, sir. I know the way you talk about.
I don't want to feel that confident. I don't want to be Tommy Hearns high on cocaine versus Hagler, but I want to be up there, that excited and that ready to play.
So it's not quite that one, right? It's not quite that one, but I do got one for you.
Ooh, yeah, dig it, yeah.
That'll work. That's it. That's the energy right there. That's the energy.
Hey.
That's the vibe.
And The question that we want to know is: are the Eagles going to win the Super Bowl?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Yes.
Really
Facts.
bring that second one home. It's
Yeah,
two
bring
in
that
like
joint
2 in
home.
5 years, 2 in 6 years. Hopefully, try to go get another one.
And while we at it, man, this one's from me to you, Andy Reid.
You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
That
Wish
you-
we could have got like Andy Reid's face photoshopped on dude there at the end.
That would have been extra great.
I feel like he's gonna make some mistakes, some
he
game
is.
management mistakes in this, just like he always does. And I feel like Sirianni, because he's not play calling anymore, he's able to focus on that type of thing. And that's why he was able to outcoach Shanahan in that game with some of like the challenges and stuff. I feel like in this game, it's also going to come down to coaching. And I think Sirianni, he's locked in as well.
Yeah.
I love Andy Reid, but I think Sirianni going to outcoach him in this one.
Yeah, I think so.
And AC, just for you, big dog, I got one other one for you. So after the game is over, this is exactly what the Eagles going to be saying. Speaking of some dudes that might have been in an elevated state of mind, go ahead and throw that out there for you. You know what I'm saying?
The good old days when you had to get coked up before you did a promo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, so I'll just go around. I'll start with you, AC, since you're a guest. You guys have any last thoughts on the game? If you want to plug where we can find you other than on here, let's get it.
Oh man, I'm excited for the game like everybody else. I would say win, lose, or draw, but I'm not taking anything but a big W this week, and I'm confident that we get out not behind, but get out to a nice lead and run the football. We'll have a nice evening, nice lovely evening. Watch Rihanna at halftime. Have a good
That's gonna
evening.
be lovely.
Have some cheesesteaks after it's over, said and done, and then send Patrick Holmes, home crying a little bit. But no, man, I expect it to be a really good game. I got Eagles 38-31. And then, you can find me on AC Sports Live Tuesday nights at 9 here on Empire Sports Network, or just Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. And my 1585 show is coming back real soon. Big Dogs on Campus will return when college football returns. And I'm also on Monday nights on the Judge's Corner with my man, the sports judge, Jonathan Mathis. So we have a good time on there as well. Appreciate y'all having me on the show, man. Whenever you can have me, man, I'd love to come on. I appreciate y'all. Had some fun. And I hope my son can win the game tonight. I just pulled up. It's already packed. So let me get up in here, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace and blessings.
We're going to win. Let's go.
Yeah, good luck to him, too.
Let's go.
Good luck to him, too.
Yep,
Let's
good
go.
luck. Go Birds.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
You too.
Peace out. Eagles Diva, what you got for us?
Fly, Eagles, fly. We're going to bring this thing home. We're going to be in that parade in Philly. Let's go.
What you got, Wyatt?
One more game. That's it. Just one more game. And I think everyone's going to come to play. Just got to do your thing. Like Diva says every week, run the damn ball.
Run
And
it.
as long as you're running the ball, control that offense and let the defense do the rest. I think we walking out of this game with a dub and a Super Bowl trophy and ring, bringing the hardware back home to Philly, and then we're going to celebrate next week. And then we're going to be partying. We're going to be lit on the next episode.
So, special announcement. Should have made this earlier. I'm going to post about it this coming week. Win, lose, or draw. Monday night, 8:30. We're going to do the special Monday night, once in a lifetime, unless we win another Super Bowl or get to another Super Bowl episode of Eagles Elite on Monday instead of Wednesday. Why are we doing that? Number one, we believe we're going to win. But either way, we want to talk about it when it's fresh, when it's still on our mind. It just give you the raw deal. You know what I'm saying? So check your notifications. You're going to get one on Monday this coming week. That is correct. Do not be alarmed. That is really us. We get it in for you special Monday night. Day after the game, the juices are settled in. We all ready to go, but we still doing what we do best. And let's talk to y'all and bring you all the information, all our thoughts, everything that we have about the Philadelphia Eagles. right, in this Super Bowl. Now, I want to say we talked a lot about the Eagles, but for me, I want to also say we are playing a very capable team in the Kansas City Chiefs. I do believe that like this is just set up for us to get this dub and do our thing. A lot of great storylines, but I do want to say we have to worry about Mahomes. We can't let off on defense. Andy Reid, I don't say this much. It's hard for me to say this, but Andy Reid is a great coach.
He is.
That's as loud as I can say it.
Can't knock him, but
I
he
agree.
is. He's a good coach. But he has
agree.
horrible clock management. Remember that.
Horrible clock management.
I like
Yeah.
Andy Reid, but he's got to go down. He's got to go down this Sunday.
Down.
Simple as that.
And you know, they're going to run the ball. They're going to do the things that they do. I appreciated Philly letting Zeebs know we're going to do that special Monday episode this week. But y'all, this is going to be lit. And I want y'all to understand this. By the off chance that we lose, you're going to want to tune in. We win, you're going to want to tune in. We lose, you're going to want to tune in. This is going to be a fun episode either way. I, like everyone else on this panel, everyone else in these comments, believe it's going to be us winning. But either way, we're going to bring it to you raw, uncut on Monday. We're going to get into it. We're going to dig into it. We're going to talk about it. You know, I've enjoyed from episode 1 to now, changes in the roster, things happen. It is what it is. But we bring y'all Eagles. We bring y'all Eagles content. All the love we're getting, man, we greatly appreciate it. We just ask, continue to share. Everybody that you bring, everyone that watches, bring one more person with you next week. Bring 2 more with you next week, man. Let's just help grow this thing and build this thing. We want to build this into something where we can really rock it like we want to. And we're getting there, you know, we're getting there, but we need the help of our dedicated fans, our dedicated community, I should say, not fans, but community that watches, talk to us, talk with us. Off season's coming. Give y'all a quick preview of the off season. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things. We're going to be previewing or reviewing every game individually on an episode. So we're going to dig into games, talk about the stats, some of the stuff that we don't do as much of during the season. We're going to bring on people from those teams for some of the games, just so we can get the other side of that as well. We're going to be talking about leading up to the draft, what we want to do in the draft. We're going to be talking about free agency, expectations, what actually happens. You know, it's a lot of things we're going to get into, positions breakdowns, man. We're going to give you a lot of different things about the Philadelphia Eagles. This is the Eagles show. We will talk about other teams from time to time, but you know what it is. It's always going to be Eagles, all the time. And I want to shout out this team, man, because win or lose, this team has been amazing. And this happened to be an amazing year to start the Eagles podcast, right? We went from the off season, preseason, draft, camp, injuries, undefeated, getting a loss, everybody counting us out, bouncing back. Only other 2 losses we had was when we didn't have QB1, getting back into the groove that we had, the playoffs, building some momentum. Man, this team has been amazing. You know, and everybody that's been watching, everybody that's been supporting us, y'all have been amazing too, because if we had no one to talk to, what are we here for? So y'all are much appreciated. Like I said, just bring some more people with you, wherever they're from. You know, if they Philly fans, if they just want to lurk and watch about Philly, hear about Philly, whoever, bring them. We got them. And with that, there's not a lot left to say. Go Birds. Hashtag be elite.
Go Birds.
We always end, and I mean always end, with one simple thing for the team that we're playing. So this week, Andy Reid. This week, Kansas City Chiefs. We got something for you. And we want to remind you just one more thing.
Super Bowl. Let's go bring home that chip.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Be elite.
The talking is over. It's time to get with it. It's time to eat. And I believe we hungry. No, we're not hungry. We starving.
Starving.
Philly thing. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
is away. And the kick is, it's good! And the Eagles win!
It's hard to come to South Philadelphia and leave here with the win. You just don't come to Philadelphia and leave here with the win.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.